Good morning or afternoon. Today we are looking at number 26, Advanced Australia Fair, and I am hoping very much that the sounds that my stomach is making are not coming through the microphone because I am starving. I'm sure that this recording will age perfectly well. Anyhow, Advanced Australia Fair became the Australian national anthem in 1984. It was actually written, interestingly enough, in 1878 by Peter Dobbs, who was a guy from Scotland. So, Advanced Australia Fair is a pretty common song that you maybe have heard before, maybe not, but it does have at the beginning key signature, time signature, which is what you should always look at first.
This is in the key of concert A flat.
So if you play anything other than trumpet or clarinet or tenor sax, your key signature will look slightly different than this one. And it's in 4/4 time with a pickup. Now this word maestoso means majestically or regally or royally. It is a style marking instead of a tempo marking. And it's kind of one that can be up to your interpretation. However you think that you play that sounds royal, play that way. For me, I interpret that as being slightly accented on about every note. So that means that I'm putting just the slightest bit of emphasis at the beginning of every note, and I'm playing with vibrato as much as I possibly can. Now, moving through this piece, all of your A's are going to be A flats or B flats, depending on your instrument. Right here, this would be a very easy note to miss if you're just kind of spacing out, because it's not a note that we play super often. Make sure that you know both high and low A's are going to be flat. Now moving on, when you get to here, you've got a decrescendo down to mezzo piano. I'm going to start forte at the beginning because that gives me more room to decrescendo to mezzo piano. I think that I can create a better artistic effect if I'm making a better difference. And then you keep going and crescendo up to forte. Now this is the note that is most likely to be missed in the entire song because it's not a note we play very often. That is a high concert D flat, E flat for trumpets, E flat for clarinets and tenors, D flat for almost everybody else. So make sure you know the fingering to that one before you get to it. All right, now you've got this A tempo. You're going to ignore that because that applies to the bottom line. Now moving forward, you go back to mezzo forte here, you keep playing, and then forte, and here's that note again, so watch out for the concert D flat. Ritardando, which means slows down. So I like to slow down a lot here. Hold this note out dramatically, and then a tempo applies to that. That means go back to the original tempo. So milk as much music and artistry out of this part as you possibly can, and then a tempo to the end. So I hope that you enjoy this tune. It was fun for me to play, and I hope it is for you too.